In the boys' game, Dunmore and Hanover, the Bucks' running game gave Dunmore the early lead as Mark Semifont finds Salmar Chase for an easy 2 points. But Hanover hit the next 5 shots from the floor to open up the lead. Mike Bonsinger did the damage with this jump shot, and later comes right back with another, and Hanover had the lead. The Bucks fought back behind Salmar Chase. He goes off the glass, and Dunmore led it by 3. The prettiest play of the half. The up-court pass. Joe Haggerty just tips the ball up the court, and Dunmore had a great transition basket. The final again this afternoon at the wire. Dunmore beat Hanover 59-57. Trailing by 5 points early in the first half, the South in red made a comeback. Michelle Jordan on the follow-up basket for 2. And the next trip up the court, Jordan hits this running shot, and the lead is down to 1 point. Later in the half, the North roared right back. Kathy Strucko on the fast break, and the game was tied at 33. In the second half, the South hung tough as Jill Murray drills this bomb from long range. But then Maria Rossi took over. Maria takes this shot in for a pair, and then she comes right back on the solo fast break for 2. And that set the stage for the drive to victory, as the North All-Stars knocked off the South tonight, 73-54 at Mid-Valley High School.
These members of the Lackawanna Basketball League saw their 4-year high school careers come to an end tonight as they played in the annual North-South All-Star Game, which was at Valley View High School. There was something different tonight as Bill Smith of Valley View for the North and from Dunmore, Jim Fragioni for the South, 2 athletic directors, coached the All-Star teams. And this one was fast-paced from the start after this basket was made by Bill Owens of Carbondale. There were some nice plays on both sides tonight. Joe Reno of Bishop O'Hara for the North, double clutches, and he still manages to hit the shot while being fouled. And for the South, Mike Torbeck of Scranton Tech will hit this shot over Billy Miskalchik. The South gets it into high gear. Joe Hessling of Prep, the solo drive and score. And a bit later, the nice fast break. Dunmore's Joe Haggerty to Hessling, who scores once again. Hessling had a good night tonight. He gives the South a 12-point lead early with a nice drive and 2-pointer. P.J. Kelly of North Pocono also gets into the act, scoring off the rebound for the South Stars, as these two teams close the 1985 basketball season tonight at Valley View High School. Sid Michaels, Eyewitness Sports Nightcast.
We start in the boys' 400-meter sprint relay, one of the heats, and this was won by the Chiefs of Lakeland in a time of 45.26 seconds. The Tigers of Tunkhannock came in second. The Bucks of Dunmore finished third. Next event, the first heat, girls' 400-meter sprint relay. Honesdale won it with a time of 56.78. Dunmore came in second. Central finished in third place. Same event, heat number 2, the Lady Chiefs of Lakeland won it with a time of 54.40 seconds. North Pocono was second. Abington Heights came in third. Heat number 3, same event, the Lady Chargers of Carbondale area won this race in 53.37 seconds. Pittston area came in second. Nanticoke finished third. The 1200 medley relay, which is 400 yards by 200 yards by 200 yards by 400 yards. In this heat, the Tigers of Tunkhannock won it in 2 minutes, 35.87 seconds. Carbondale area was second. Riverside came in third. Heat number 3, same event. Lakeland won the race in 2:34.89. Pittston area came in second. Scranton Prep finished third. Girls 1200-meter relay. Lakeland won this race in 3 minutes, 10.83 seconds. Nanticoke was second. Scranton Prep finished third as the field competed for the 1985 Jordan Relay Championships.
The Bucks are being picked by many to be the team to beat in the Big 11 in '85. Head coach Jack Kansas will count on big years from all Scholastic backs Bob and Bill Ruddy to spearhead the Dunmore attack.
I feel that our strength this year will be, of course, in our offensive unit with Bill and Bob Ruddy at our fullback and tailback spot. We have a very fine wide receiver in Jeff Viola and a fine quarterback in Mark Xenophon.
How about defensively this year? What do you got coming back? What does it look like for you?
Well, we feel we'll be very strong defensively. We do have to replace three fine young men that left that have graduated in our secondary, and I think that would probably be our biggest primary concern right now. And I think the big difficulty that we as all small schools have is the depth problem, and I hope that we can stay healthy, and then we should be in the thick of the Big 11 football race.
North Pocono head coach Nick Donato is coming off two very successful seasons here in Moscow, one in which the Trojans made the playoffs, the other in which they were contenders right to the very end. But in 1985, a major rebuilding process here at North Pocono as they lost nearly all their starters to graduation. Donato returned just one starter from both offense and defense in '85.
We have a lot of work to do. Kids are enthusiastic. We have very few seniors on the squad, so we'll be playing a lot of sophomores and juniors.
The Trojans will rely on quickness as they have the past couple of years offensively, but Donato says his team will have a different look when they have the football.
We'll probably be a little bit more of an option type of team than we've been the last few years, and I like to think maybe the quickness will be a highlight for us this year.
The Trojans will be tested early. They'll open September 7th at the home of the defending conference champ, Valley View. Sid Michaels, Eyewitness Sports Nightcast.
Trailing 7-0 in the first quarter, the Comets put a drive together behind the power running of Jeff Gentiloti. But on 4th and 2 at the Dunmore at 26, the Bucks defense stuffed the play in the middle. That shut the drive down and took over the football. Dunmore then gave the ball to Bill Ruddy, and he did the rest. A great power run to the Comet 44. One more time, the give to Ruddy, and he rips off 12 more yards to the Abington 32-yard line. Then Ruddy caps off the drive. He roars through a gaping hole on the left side and rolls 32 yards for the score. And the Bucks of Dunmore went on to knock off Abington Heights 28-0.
Two 1,000-yard rushers on the same football team is rare. Two 1,000-yard rushers on the same team that are also brothers is almost never. But that's just what the Dunmore Bucks have in number 43, Bob, and number 37, Bill Ruddy. The identical twins have made their impression not only on Dunmore football and on the entire Big 11 conference, but also on each other.
It's a good feeling because you always have somebody back there that'll do the best for you, and you're always competing against them, so that'll make you a better football player just like it'll make him. You know, we're close and we help each other, you know, at home and stuff like that. But we'll yell at each other every now and then, letting each other know that one did a wrong move or something, you know.
And they work very, very hard at it, and they do a lot of running in the summertime, and their main interest, of course, is playing football, and that's their big concern. They do things so very, very well, and as I mentioned they just have a lot of athletic ability.
It's only natural that Bob and Bill have always been competitive, from midget football right through high school.
There's a little bit of competition, but we're more close. We root for each other, let each other know we're right behind each other. We've always tried to get more yardage than one another and try to make more tackles than the other.
It's something that I don't know if anyone in the country has ever had something like this. And we have two boys that are twins that have scored 1,000 yards and made it on the same evening, which I think is almost unique, and we're just so happy for them. I know this is what their dad wanted, and we're just so happy. I know Jim's looking down on us right now and saying, boy, I'm just so proud of them.
In number 43, Bob Ruddy and his teammate brother Bill Ruddy, the Dunmore Bucks have something unique. It's something that may not be the same anywhere else in the country, and it's something that won't be the same here at Dunmore when these two kids graduate. Sid Michaels, Eyewitness Sports. Dunmore's first scoring drive covered 32 yards. It started late in the first period and was keyed by this fourth down run by Bob Ruddy that kept it going. On the first play of the second period, Ruddy broke loose for a 15-yard touchdown run, and the Bucks would never look back after taking that 7-0 lead. Dunmore held the invaders on 3 downs and then took over again, this time going 50 yards to score. The big play, a Mark Xenophon to Jeff Viola pass, which took the ball to the 4-yard line. 3 plays later, it was Bob Ruddy again going in, and with 7.5 minutes left before intermission, it was 14-0. West got into Dunmore territory just once in the first half, and they were just inside midfield, but the march ended when Xenophon picked off this Bobby Kennedy pass at the 12-yard line, and the Bucks ran out the clock to halftime. On their second possession of the third period, Ruddy went into the end zone for the third time on this great 41-yard run up the middle. He broke tackle after tackle on his way to the touchdown that made it 20-0 Dunmore. West would then try to get back in the ball game on their next possession. They went from their own 27 all the way to the Bucks' 9. But on 3rd down and 8 from that point, Kennedy drops back to pass. He has all day to find a receiver but can't find anyone open. He scrambles, and finally when he throws, the pass is intercepted by Xenophon to the 1 to snuff out any hopes the invaders had of winning this afternoon. Bill Ruddy would then cap the Bucks scoring with a 9-yard run late in the ball game. Dunmore wins the Eastern Conference A title, beating West Scranton 27-8.
I thought it was a great performance by our entire football team. Bobby's a great football player. Billy's a great runner. They're just, we're going to miss them so much. But Mark Xenophon did a super job for us today, and our entire offensive line did a super job blocking those people. And I thought, really, you know, when you come down to it, they really didn't score on our number ones. Our kids did a great job, and we're just so thrilled with them all year.
The Dunmore Bucks capped their perfect season, winning their 13th game against no losses. West falls to 10-2. Dunmore scored on the very first play of the second period when Bob Ruddy crossed the goal line from 15 yards away. It was 7-0 Dunmore. The next time the Bucks had the ball, they went 50 yards with a Mark Xenophon to Jeff Viola pass the big play, moving the ball to the Invaders' 4-yard line. From there, Bob Ruddy again scored, this time from 3 yards away. It was 14-0 at halftime. Third period, Ruddy would score for a third time when he broke several tackles on this run up the middle. 41 yards for the touchdown. It makes it a 20-0 ball game. After the ensuing kickoff, West threatened moving to the Dunmore 9-yard line. But the Bucks would put an end to any Invader hopes when Xenophon intercepted this ball at the 1-yard line. Then late in the game, Bill Ruddy caps Dunmore scoring with a 9-yard run. The Bucks complete their perfect season as Eastern Conference champions.
It was just great, and I always wanted to win this for the people of Dunmore, you know, right here in our own field, because this is a great community, a great deal of pride, and they stayed with us all those years. We've been here before, and things have just gone our way, but we're real happy for it, and God was extremely good to us this year.
These kids, they won 11 ball games. They played a great season, and like I said before, you come this far, there were no losers out there on the field. But I do want to congratulate Dunmore and their staff for a great game, a great championship.
Dunmore finishes at 13-0. The Invaders' fine year ends at 10-2.
Than it was last week. Last week was very cordial, and I think very sociable type of very traditional game. And I think that when the dust settles,
Jim called West Scranton Westside Tech for half the season and didn't know where Dunmore was. Coach Hens has told us throughout the year, no matter who comes out of the coaching and the great league that
Jacksonville is also really covers the Big 11. Sid Michael.
First of all, Joe Zone wants to thank the decorators because now he knows the team colors. And by the way, if you think that's bad, Jim called West Scranton Westside Tech for half the season and didn't know where Dunmore was until tonight. You know tough when it's Joe and somebody. I just want to say that
The two teams traded baskets in the early going. Lisa Sporo goes off the glass for a pair. Mary Lazowski off the break takes it all the way in for a score, and the Lady Vikings of Riverside led it by 2. Dunmore came right back and scored 6 unanswered points. Becky Pega with the set shot to tie the game up. Then Katrina Pugliese with the bomb from the outside, and Dunmore led it by 4 points. Riverside responded to that run with a run of their own. One more time, Lisa Spora off the steal drives in for the score, and later off the fast break, Spora would score in this high school exhibition basketball game in the Lackawanna League tonight, played at Dunmore High School.
Game number 1, Central is in blue. They took the lead for good, a 35-34 on Dave Hart's 18-footer. The Golden Eagles made a 39-34 a bit later when Tom Huaronco hit the turnaround in the lane. Tech's Mike Torbeck then took over for the Raiders, taking the ball the length of the court for the Tech bucket. And later, Torbeck hits in the lane between 2 Golden Eagle defenders. Tech trailed by 1 at 49-48. But Torbeck's heroics fell just short as he rebounds a missed foul shot, and his last-second attempt would fall short. Central hangs on for a 49-48 victory tonight. Game number 1 puts Scranton Central in Saturday night's championship game of the Lynett tournament. Game number 2 would decide their opponent, either Scranton Prep or Dunmore. Dunmore took the early lead in game number 2 when Sal Marquez hit the nice shot off glass. Later, Mark Senefont hit the rainbow shot for the Bucks, and they had an early 3-point lead. But Prep would then take charge. Peter Mackerel with a shot off glass, and he gets fouled. Then Paul Madison would take the ball up court, and he hits the jump shot for the Cavaliers, as they go on to defeat Dunmore tonight and advance into Saturday's championship game at the Scranton Catholic Youth Center. Sid Michaels, Eyewitness Sports.